Hey there, I'm just going to walk through the course doing a video instead. Um, so, couple small things or a couple things. So, let's start with the course overview page. This is super awesome. All of this is awesome. You're amazing. This is all awesome. Just FYI, super duper. Couple things. In this section here, synchronous session section, I did not know if you're going to record, if that is going to be an option for those that cannot attend. If so, maybe put that in there. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you don't want students to know that that's going to happen. And the other helpful tips section, I was thinking, you said you do not want to start your papers or lose points, since people can submit basically as many times as they want until the submission due date. So like if it's due like June 10th, they could submit 20 versions. Are you going to do any reviews of drafts up until submission dates? I don't know, maybe if you wanted to say that you're willing to review drafts or something like that, you could add that. This, just a little tip. So if I hover over this, I see that you've called it Pub Health Org 2020. One just little trick that you might want to consider doing is calling the name of the syllabus, giving the file name a very generic name like Pub Health Syllabus, so that in the future, when you go to files, so next year, if you copy this course over, you go to files, you have to do this through files. You upload a file with the exact same name. So let's say this was Pub Health Org syllabus. You upload a file with the exact same name. It will replace that file in every single location within the course without you having to do that. So I think the fact that it says 2020 initially seems nice. I like clear naming configurations for files, but the fact of the matter is the students are only registered for a specific course during a specific term and year. So, and the name of the term will be on the actual document. It doesn't actually have to be in the file name. So again, rename, just an idea, rename this Pub Health syllabus for this year. Go through everywhere and find where you have it linked, and you can update that link so it just says syllabus, so that next year when you go to files and upload your 2021 syllabi PDF document, it will replace it in every location. Okay, that's just a little trick. I'm going to pause. We have also recently, I was working on this, but we have recently updated our technical specs requirements. So I noticed, going back to the overview, you mentioned some required technology. One of the things that I would do is possibly link in here, as well as update your modules. And I don't know, I started to work on this. I'll clean this up. You can either put it in the course introduction, which I think might be important because you've got some good stuff here, or down at the bottom in the student support materials. But I will give you the link to our CPH technical requirements. There's some in here that I don't know, you guys probably aren't using Proctorio. I wouldn't use it. So you're going to edit to fit your course needs. You probably won't be using like Stata or any sort of downloads. But these are sort of general specs that we'll be using for all online courses. So please include that in your course, add that somewhere. I would consider adding a page here and then also linking to the course overview. Also in the course introduction module, I will just leave some unpublished pages if you want. I can't remember if you're using groups as groups assignment. I think you are. This is taken from another course. I think it's from 3320. And then this is some language about how to use virtual office hours. Again, I know in the course overview page, you link to the Get Here document resources, but this is a lot of stuff to dig through. So this is just one specific page on how to use Zoom. And there's also a cheat sheet right up in here that students might be helpful, along with the opportunity to run the Zoom test. So again, edit as you need or delete, but I I think it might be a helpful resource for your course. I will clean this up. And I put a couple other unpublished documents in here that we use in other online courses. Do with those what you will. Looking through the modules, and if you do want to use Zoom, I don't know if you know this, maybe you know this, you can put a link to your Zoom meetings. If these are scheduled meetings, I'm not sure if they are, but like if you have created a series of scheduled meetings in your Zoom dashboard, you can actually link to those in your course navigation toolbar, and you would do that by going to navigation, and then there's a link for Zoom here, and you would enable it and save. And then if you, once you create, it'll ask you to authenticate, I believe, but once you create your scheduled meetings, and you're going to have to log in, but once you create your scheduled meetings, they will all appear here as like an agended list for students. So you can use this if you want. You certainly don't have to do that at all, but it, if you're going to rely heavily on Zoom, it might be nice to use the feature within Canvas, the integration. And then just my last general thing is, and maybe you know this, again, I know it's still in draft, these aren't, I don't think, these are locked. So if you publish the course right now, they'll be able to see all of the modules and all the content. And again, you might not really care. It might not matter. Just wanted you to know that. Something else you might maybe want to think about, and I know that for you, there has to be an activity within the first week of school to verify student participation and attendance for federal, for receiving federal funds for loans and stuff. So you're doing class introductions, and that will totally suffice. Not sure if you want to consider a short syllabus quiz, which is what we've been doing in a lot of online courses, and we are creating short syllabus quizzes in either the Start Here or Course Introduction module, and those are prerequisites to get to any actual content. If you're interested in that, I can just put in a sample syllabus quiz. I mean, it can be really, really short, and then you would set the condition for the module as you would edit it, and then the prerequisite would be that that syllabus quiz, and you'd put it in its own module, and then you can also use that as verification for federal grant, whatever the requirement is. So those are just some general things, and then I have some other thoughts on synchronous and asynchronous sessions.